Hi everyone, here I am on the banks of the Severn for my second session of the new season, targeting barbel and chub. This is my standard approach, and I'm very hopeful of success following last week's good start in very blustery conditions. So here we go, first casts, downstream rod first, and that's a 2.5 ounce block end feeder filled with barbel mixed ground bait and hemp. I've got a piece of meat on a hair rig, size 8 hook. We'll cast that roughly halfway across, slightly downstream obviously. Bait runner on. And the upstream rod, again 2.5 ounce block end feeder filled with barbel mixed ground bait and hemp, and 3 8mm robin red pellets on a hair rig. And that's again size 8 hook. That's cast again roughly halfway across and slightly upstream, allowing for the flow to take the feeder slightly downstream. Bait runner on, and I can settle down and wait for a bite. Just decided to have something to eat following a fairly uneventful first couple of hours of the session. Very few taps and rattles. And I just noticed an angler on the far bank turned up. Never ever seen anybody on that far side before in all the years I've been coming. Well, that's a bit unusual. I presume he's going to fish from there. The other thing I've noticed while we're at it is that the river is a really funny colour. It's got like a muddy brown tinge to it. Very cloudy, and we've hardly had any rain, so it can't be runoff. Now I know my friend fished last Sunday and he reported a load of scum and debris coming down, and that the river was sort of a browny, murky brown colour. So maybe it's residual from that. Perhaps that's one of the reasons I'm not getting many indications. Anyway, that's my excuse and I'll stick with it. We'll see what this bloke does, what he sets up as. Maybe he'll have more luck than me, but I've got a feeling that this river isn't quite what it should be. Anyway, I'll enjoy my ham sandwich, the rest of my tea, and wait for the rods to hoop over and a chub or a barbel come along. Just have to wait and see. I've hardly had a touch in the last hour or so, so I've pretty much given up on catching now, and I'll have one last cast, having packed away the upstream rod, as the river still looks really iffy and with bits of foam coming down now. And if you look closely at the near side margins, you'll probably see it, and that muddy brown cloudy suspension is still there. Just doesn't look right, and that's really disappointing. So I'm not convinced that fishing into dark is going to produce, so I reckon packing up's the best thing to do. Well, there's another 10 minutes gone by, so I've had enough now. I'll pack up. Just retrieve it. Oh! And there's a fish on. What the hell's this? Definitely a fish on. Oh! Oh. Yeah, it's pulling strongly. Well, that's a surprise. What the heck? Oh, and it's a pike. I was not expecting that, so that must have taken it on the retrieve. Will it stay on? Bite through the line? No, definitely a pike. Not very big. A complete and utter surprise. Gonna get it in the net. Go on, in you go, and it's in the net. And that avoids the blank. Not a barbel or a chub, but at least it's a fish. So we'll just unhook it in the landing net. It's only hooked in the bottom lip, avoiding the teeth. So unless the hook actually pulled, it wasn't going to bite through the line. Quick show to the camera. What, £3 maybe. Get it back in quickly, and then I can pack the rest of my gear up and drive home after a very disappointing session. Well, thanks for watching and sticking with it to the end for the surprise reveal, and I really do appreciate your continued support. And watch out for more videos in the coming weeks with me river fishing for barbel and chub.